Hey everyone, Kelsey here, developer of the OPPL app. This is just going to be a quick rundown of how the app works and the ins and outs of all of the menus. So when we launch the app, this is going to be the first thing that you see. From here, you're going to have 5 buttons: start and resume a match, completed matches, where you're going to be able to see ones you've completed, take over scoring, which we will go over the functionality of that later on in the video. Backup settings, which just lets you back up a file somewhere in case you lose the app or get a new phone. You can just restore all of your historical data like the completed matches. And then restore settings is exactly what I just said. If you have that file somewhere, you can select it and restore all of your completed match history. So the first one we're going to click on is going to be start and resume match, because that's going to be the most common thing you're going to do when you get to league night. So we'll click on that. And right now it just at the bottom here, if you see, it says rosters are already up to date. And so what it does when you click this is just going to reach out to the internet, try and grab all of the pool halls and all of the current rosters and update them for you. So you will get a notification that that happened successfully and you're good to go. So the first selection is going to be the pool hall you play at. So I play out of Celebrity Billiards, so I will do that. So I'm going to select Celebrity Billiards. Okay, so my team, I'm just going to select my team, excuse us. And I'm going to say that we are away this week. And select an opponent team. So I'm just going to, for an example, click team number 1, who cares? Okay, so when you've filled out all of that information, a button will automatically pop up called set lineup. So we'll hit that now. And this is going to be a basically the same layout that's on your score sheet. And the way this works, you can scroll up and down for the home and away teams. So home is who cares, because I said we were away this week. Away is excuse us. And what you're going to do is click on the P1, P2, and P3 buttons to fill in the player slots for those rounds. And as you can see, you can also assign a sub to each round, just like you would on the paper scorecard. So I'll assign the main player slots first and then show you the sub slots. So, and I'll do it for my team first. So if I go to away and I hit P1, I'll put myself in the player 1 slot. And as you can see, it fills me out for all 6 games of that slot. And player 2 will put Dan, and player 3 will put Trevor. And, you know, let's say I'm not playing the full night. We'll click on the sub underneath Kelsey, and we'll say that Juliana is going to be in that slot there. And so right now, Juliana is not actually playing any games. And the simple way you do it is just click either KEL or the X on each round, and it will toggle Juliana to those games. And so now, very relatable to the paper scorecard, Kelsey's going to be playing games round 2, 4, and 6, and Juliana will be playing round 1, 3, and 5. And so when the other team is ready and they know what their lineup is, you can go ahead and fill theirs in. So I'll just make theirs up, because this is all just made up right now. And we'll put a sub in for them as well. So we'll put Manuel in, and we'll say he's going to play the first 3 games. Okay, so once you're satisfied with the lineup for that night, we're going to hit save. And that's pretty much all your work, other than filling out the scores. From here, you're going to have a scrollable list of all the rounds, and it's going to tell you who's playing game 1, 2, 3 for each round. And that's all based on the lineup you had just set. If you made any mistakes, you can see that there's a set lineup button here, edit lineup button. If we click that, it takes you back, and let's say halfway through the night, you know, Lynn can't play anymore. We can click the sub slot, and we can say that Manuel is actually going to finish the night off for Lynn. Save it. And if we scroll down to round 4, you can see Manuel is in there instead of Lynn. Okay. So let's score a couple of rounds. So if we click any game, So game one, round one, Lynn versus Juliana. Click the name, 10, click the name, 5, and hit save. It highlights purple. Depending on what theme you've picked, it'll be a different color, but it will highlight and kind of outline in green to make it obvious. Game two, we'll just put a break and run in to show you that. So we'll say Ray, broken run. So hit the break and run checkbox and hit save. And there's another notification there that, you know, Ray won, but also in green there, it shows that he did a break and run. Okay. In the top right corner, there's 2 additional buttons, and I'll explain what those are. So the left one, so the one that looks like, I guess, I don't know, a little table, if you want to call it, we're going to hit that now, and that's to preview the paper-looking scorecard, so you can get an overview of what's going on. So we'll click that now. And so here, we've scored a couple of games. Home team, you can see that Lynn got a 10. Ray got a 10 with a break and run on that one. So it's bracketed with a BR. And if we scroll down, we can see that Juliana played the first game out of that slot. She got a 5, and Dan got a big 0. And this will just keep updating as you go along. So the more scores you put in, you can see kind of how your total's looking. It does all of your handicap adjustments and plus minus in the total row automatically. You don't have to think about that. And that's how that roster update comes into play. The reps will be keeping that roster up to date. So every time you get here, the app will grab the latest one. We just have to make sure that those handicaps are accurate, you know, pre that night. So because in the middle of a game, it's going to be using those rosters as gospel for the handicaps. So that's outside of the user tutorial, so we don't have to worry about that. The important point is it's going to take those rosters, it's going to know what everyone's handicap is, it's going to calculate everything for you, including the plus minus and the total and the grand total with that handicap, and you're going to be able to see it on this page as a nice little summary of everything. So if we hit the top left back button, that just brings us back to the round by round scoring. And it's pretty self-explanatory from here. You're just going to keep scoring the games. So I'm just going to keep filling this match out so we can see a few more things here. So just going to put in some random scores. Okay, so let's say here, let's say I'm the captain, I'm the one that normally keeps score, and so I'm doing all of this. And let's say I have an emergency, so I gotta go, and somebody else has to keep score. This app is not at this point synced with any sort of server or anything like that, so you can't just open the app on another phone and it will have these scores in there. But what I did do to make this convenient, that's what that top right button is, and the takeover scoring button I showed you. So if we have another phone and they're going to be the one that's scoring now from this point, you'll hit the top right button and it's going to show this QR code. The person who wants to take over scoring is going to take their phone out. They're going to hit take over scoring. They're going to scan this, and it will automatically, after it scans properly, jump them to this exact match with all of these scores filled out, and they're going to be able to take over from there. So that's how that part works. I just wanted to explain it while we were kind of halfway through this match. I can't do it in this tutorial because I would have to have 2 phones and somehow videotape that, but that's how it works. You display the code. The other person who wants to score this match pushes take over scoring. They scan it, and as soon as they scan it, it's going to hop over to this page, and they'll have this match available. Okay, so I'm just going to keep filling this out because the last part is to just do the submission. Oops. Okay, last game. So we'll just focus in here because when we finish the last game, 2 buttons are going to fill up. Okay, so instead of just edit lineup now, we have a submit button. Pretty self-explanatory. At this point, you have 2 options. We can just go ahead and submit. At this point, you might want to go to the other team and hit the top right button again for the preview scorecard and just both kind of look at it together and say, okay, do we agree on this? Is there any mistakes? So on and so forth. So we have a total of 163 to 126. Look at that. We smoked Ray's team. Awesome. Make sure everything lines up. Nobody's in argument about the scores. And then we can go back. And again, you're going to have to confirm this anyway, but we're going to hit submit now. So I hit submit. And like I said, from here, you're still going to, this is the kind of equivalent to signing off. You're just going to have to get both people to check the box. I guess in a way it's similar to both people coming over and signing the scorecard. But once you've confirmed that both the home team and the away team agree on the score as a final, you'll see a little note saying after hitting submit, you'll be prompted to pick an email app. Please send the attached file to scoresheets.oppl@gmail.com. And I had to really work with all the different types of phones and operating systems out there. What will happen if you've never done this yet, it will ask you what email app to use and so on and so forth. On some phones, especially Android, you can pick a default email app, and if you have one set, it won't even ask you which email app to use. It will just pop in there, it'll fill out the subject and everything, and then you'll just have to hit send. If you're on iPhone, works even a little bit differently. It'll have like kind of a pop-up in the app that fills it out for you and just asks you to hit send. Okay, so I'm going to hit submit just so we can see what this looks like. So I'm on a tablet. I haven't done this yet, so I'm going to hit Gmail and I'm going to hit always. So now that I've hit always, I'm never going to have to go through that step again there. It'll just automatically pop up to where I am right now. And as you can see, you don't really have to do anything else at this point other than hit send. If you don't hit send, they have not gotten the scorecard yet. So this coming from my email, it's already got to scoresheets.oppl@gmail.com. It's the subject's OPPL scorecard. It's attached the scorecard already, so there's nothing else to do here other than hit send. So I'm going to hit send. Okay, so it says match complete. Please make sure you email. It's just a reminder to make sure you did the step that you're supposed to do. If you've made a mistake, you can always go to completed matches and hit resubmit. So I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to take us back to this starting screen. And that's it. If we go to start resume, there's nothing in here. If we go to completed matches, I do have some historical ones, which I'm going to delete just so we can focus on the one we just created. So I'll delete this one, delete this one, delete this one. Okay, so this is a fresh app and no one ever used before. We completed one match and this is the one here. If we want to view this match again just to see what happened, we can hit the little eyeball icon. So I'm going to hit that now. We can see the scorecard. We can look at, what we had done. And here, if you, for whatever reason, the rep says, hey, I didn't get your scorecard, you forgot to do it, or the internet didn't work, something along the lines of that, we have this little curved arrow icon at the top right. And all that does is do the same submission process. So I'm going to hit that. As you can see, because I hit always on Gmail, I didn't have to click Gmail this time. It just launched into it. And all I'm going to do is hit send again. And that's just going to send the same thing it did before. And so that's really if something broke. Maybe the Wi-Fi you were connected to was really poor and it didn't go through, or you just forgot, or something happened and the rep asks you to send the scorecard again. Takeover scoring is what I talked about earlier. I can kind of show you what the screen looks like. If I hit takeover scoring, as you can see, all it is going to bring up your camera and you're going to scan that QR code from the other person. Backup settings. See, it just sits, so it's just going to ask you where you want to put this file. Honestly, it's not saving much other than maybe your completed matches if you ever completely got a new phone. But if you want to save this offline somewhere, you can save this settings file somewhere, and on a brand new device, you could go and get this file and restore it and bring everything back. Same thing, restore. It's going to warn you that you're going to overwrite everything you have, including all in progress and completed matches. And yeah, you're going to click restore. You're going to find that file and pick it. I don't have one, so there's going to be nothing to restore. And finally, select a theme. I mean, I just did this for fun. There's 4 themes. You get a light theme. It's a little bit brighter, easier to see in the summary section and everything like that. And I'll keep it in this theme while I show you the very last item that we haven't gone through yet. So if we start and resume a match, very quickly just make up another pretend match. Very quickly set a lineup. Okay, so I'll put in 1 score and that's it. I'm gonna preview it. As you can see, the light theme, maybe just a little bit easier to read for some people. There's clearer lines in the grid and everything like that. If we go back, 1 game has been scored. If I hit the X here or the back button on my tablet, it's going to say, are you sure you want to exit this match? Your progress is saved automatically. You can resume it anytime. So if I hit exit match, the only thing we haven't gone over yet is if, for whatever reason you close the app or you decide to exit and it's the same night, you can start, resume match. And that one I already created that never finished is going to be here in resume. So I can resume it and we're right back where we started. And that is it. There's nothing else to go over. That is the end user, how you're going to use this every week as an Ontario pool player. I'm going to make a separate video for reps, as there are a couple additional things on their side for how they get those scorecards and review them and so on and so forth. But as a pool player, this is it. I try to go over it in as much detail as possible without making this video way too long. If there's any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm in the league. I'm actively responding to people that have questions. I believe even when you download this app, there's going to be an email that you can email questions to. But of course, reach out to your rep as well, and they'll get the question to me, and then we can sort out anything that happens along the way. It's our first go at it, so feedback is welcome. Problems that you see, things that aren't working, wish lists of what you'd like to see. I mean, it'll be a work in progress over the time, but for now, I think this tutorial kind of shows how everything works and a good starting point of how we can make things digital here. I guess I can show you the other 2 themes and that'll be it. So we have a dark theme and a pastel theme. Oh, and sorry, every screen, if you forget everything I just said and you don't want to watch this 20-minute video, every screen will have the little question mark in the top right corner. And if you hit that, it's just going to tell you a little bit about the screen you're on. And that's every screen. So it's literally just going to tell you a quick little blurb about how to use the screen that you're on. Okay, I think that's it. And I'll see everyone at League this year. All right.